What's up, America? It's time. So the reason why we do these Q&A sessions is A, we know that you have a lot of questions, right? And the problem with social media like Instagram and Facebook is we'll answer them in the comments here and there, but those answers only go out to a select few people. It doesn't mean that everybody that follows us gets the answers. So this Q&A video is designed to go to YouTube. All those questions and comments we tweet all the time on social media, we want to squash them right now. All right? So here's how we're going to do it. We got the crew. We got Mr.
Redbeard.
We got Mr.
Hi, I'm Diesel Dave.
And then this guy.
The muscle.
The muscle, wearing the white tee. The guy in the leopard suit is one of the newest additions to the team. His name is Van, aka Vandal. Van's been with the company for quite some time, and he's the man that you can thank for new products. So if you got tired of buying t-shirts and you're like, I don't know if I could buy another t-shirt, and now you're getting knives and cookie cutters and
notice
and
the
lighters
quality
and
of our products
quality's
going
gone
up
up.
in the last couple of years.
And there's all kinds of new stuff that Mr. Van himself is responsible for. And we're going to get into that a little bit more later into the video. But we're going to get started right now. If Mr. Van is the host, he's just going to start dropping questions.
Question number one. I'll have Heavy answer this. What happened with Patriot tires?
Oh, that's a good question.
We get asked that a lot.
I would like to know.
Are you ready for this? Patriot Tires, ladies and gentlemen, was a labor of love for all of us from the very beginning. And I'll tell you why. Who here hates paying for tires? Yeah, all of us. Having your tires wear out when they're not supposed to wear out sucks. So in 2014, we set out with a dream to say, screw it, we're gonna make our own tires. You see, I have experience with heavy equipment. That's my background. Me and Diesel Dave used to run heavy equipment, dump trucks all day, every day. And we realized that the tires on those trucks lasted longer than anything else. So you guys know the story. We went out and we said, we're gonna find a tire that's gonna last maybe not as long as a semi-truck tire, but longer than a freaking Toyo or somebody else that's wearing out every 20,000 miles, because I hate the look of a worn out mud tire. Like, it just pisses me off.
That's the worst.
So basically what we did is we went and we started knocking on doors to find somebody to build the tires for us. And trying to get somebody to make a tire for you is actually extremely difficult, because when you're a small company like this, we didn't have a record in tire sales. People just kept saying, no. We have no interest. You guys don't know what you're doing. You'll never do well in the tire business. Screw you, basically, is what we got. Finally, our friends at Federal Tire in Taiwan, great group of people, great company, said, we like you guys. So we partnered with Federal. They made our tires. And to help you understand, Federal is not a Chinese company. Federal actually makes a really good tire, which is why they have a really good
Taiwan
track record here in the States, because they make their stuff in Taiwan. And their manufacturing is like way up here compared to some of the Chinese manufacturers. So it was awesome. We were off to the races. Patriot Tires, it was a dream of mine for a long time. I said, that's the name, bam. The brand, the logo, the name, everything just hit really hard, and it stuck like glue from day one. Am I right?
No, we did. Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, the minute we saw it, we thought awesome. But here's where things got interesting. Keep in mind, in 2014, even sooner, when we started talking about doing this, we were a bunch of young, ambitious business guys that didn't have a ton of experience in trademark and copyright
Patent
law,
law.
all the kind of stuff that
What is it?
you learn after you've spent time doing big business. So here's what we did. We went out and we filed for a trademark for Patriot Tires. And we found that there was a really weird, obscure filing for a Patriot tire from some Asian company that had been filed like 3 years previously. It was almost like it looked like it was abandoned, wasn't being used.
Because what it was is they filed an intent to use, and the way that those work, that now we know, is it's basically like calling dibs. Like, I'm just calling dibs on this name
Because I might use it.
and they can kind of renew it every year up to 5 years. And it was on year 4. They only had like 9 months to a year
It was
left.
getting ready to expire.
And so we said, you know what? It's a risk. It's a chance. We'll take that chance that they're not going to use
Roll
it.
the dice.
We rolled the dice.
So here's the problem.
7 out.
Here's the problem with rolling the dice on national TV.
Sometimes you lose.
When you roll the dice on national TV and you build a tire company literally overnight, like we did in the first season of our TV show, people start looking. And the company that filed this trademark saw it. And here's what they did. They waited. They sat back and said, let's see what these guys do with this company. And I'll tell you guys right now, Patriot Tires literally went to the races the day we launched it. We could not keep tires in stock. Federal did exactly what we asked them to do. They produced this killer kick-ass tire that was lasting longer. It was quiet for a mud tire, and we were cheap. We were below the price point of all the other guys in the market. So we literally thought, this is it. This is a killer business model. And guess what? The first year that we actually sold tires,
Well, first 6 months.
the first 6 months we sold tires, we started doing upwards of millions of dollars in tire sales because people were pumped. Distributors and retailers all over the country were calling us nonstop saying, can we get your tires? We want those tires. And we thought, this is it. We figured out the tire business. And then,
of course, the company that had the dibs.
this company, bless their hearts, we became decent friends with them. They went out and they gave us a cease and desist to not just us, but to Discovery Channel, to everybody that we work with, and said,
They basically
screw you guys, we own the Patriot trademark, because obviously
they exercised their dibs.
they exercised their dibs, but unfortunately they did it after we made it very popular and successful.
Which you can't really blame them.
Which is why
You can't blame them.
we flew out and had multiple meetings with the CEO of this company, who actually turned out to be a good buddy of ours. Nice guy, easy to get along with. His name's G.S. Serene. He owns a company called Omni Corporation. They own a lot of different tires. In fact, they're one of the biggest tire companies in the world. They manufacture all over the place. They sell a lot of their tires in Sears and stuff. And guys, I'm telling you, we were that close to making a deal with Omni to be able to partner with them on the Patriot name. They had all the manufacturing in place, and the one key element that we were looking for was the fact that they had the ability to help us bring the manufacturing to the United States, which was our goal from the beginning. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the numbers just didn't quite make sense, so we amicably parted ways with these guys. We could have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars fighting this because there were some loopholes and things that actually could have been in our favor, and a judge might have said, well, you guys technically used it before these guys did, and we could have kept it. But it wasn't worth it because we could potentially would have been in court battles for years and years and years.
Well, it's just a name,
It's just a name. So I want you guys to know that that company is selling a Patriot tire. They're not using the exact same logo, but the tires are pretty much identical. It might be a good tire, might not. I don't know. Don't know anything about it. But it's not us. So if you see a Patriot tire for sale anywhere, it's not us. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel, though. And it's actually probably the brightest light that we could have possibly found. The best outcome ever. And here's what it is. We're back in the tire business. We're bringing manufacturing to the United States, and we've partnered with who we feel is the strongest, the best, and the most quality tire company in the United States, Cooper Tire. Their track record and their reputation for quality is second to none. We went out to the facility in Findlay, Ohio, and it is dialed. I'm telling you, these guys have been around forever. They're not a fly-by-night manufacturer. Moving forward, we're going to have a company called Legion Tires. And our first tire coming out is going to be called the Legion Diesel Power MT. And guess what? Where are we making it, Van?
USA!
Everything from start to finish, those tires will be built here in the United States of America. They're not going to come in from overseas. They're going to be built here, shipped from here, sold here, marketed here. It really will be a 100% American company. This is probably the biggest news we have to share with you guys right now. We're back in the tire business, and we're coming back with an even better, even stronger, more quality part, and it's truly American made. And guess what? Our price points going to be very similar to where they were manufacturing overseas, which is huge. You'll probably be able to start pre-ordering tires sometime around March, which I can't tell you how pumped I am. Guys, this is a big, big deal. And first of all, we appreciate every single one of you that went out and bought the Patriot tires and supported us on a whim. You had no idea where those tires came from, who made them, or what the deal was, but you saw that we stood behind them, so you stood behind them, which, man, that means a lot. So I want you to know that you can feel comfortable doing the same thing now, but just know that now we're backed by an even bigger, better, and more quality company, which is Cooper Tires.
On to question number 2. I'm gonna give this one to Mr. Redbeard.
Ooh, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with this one, buddy. What's the deal with the lawsuit?
Ooh.
Which one? Be more specific. Anyway, okay. I assume what you're referring to is the environmental UPHE lawsuit, right? That's the most fresh one. That's the Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment.
Yep.
Basically, here's
First of
what.
all, tell them this. We're not being sued by the EPA.
Oh yeah, let's make that clear. The EPA isn't suing us.
They're not even involved in this lawsuit.
So the reason that we got sued was around that time. What is it? 2016, like summer 2016. There was there were some protesters up here in Salt Lake on Capitol Hill protesting something to do with clean air. And then up rolls a couple of diesel trucks, some immature douchebags thought it'd be funny to roll coal on all these protesters.
Not us.
Basically, these protesters got upset, which I don't blame them, and they found, like, they didn't know who to sue, whatever, so they found us, who's kind of on TV, and what they thought represented these guys that roll around and blow black smoke. So that's why we got sued. That's how that all happened, because people were immature, thought it was funny.
But what it boils down to is they thought that we were a much bigger group that was doing much more illegal activities than we really do. From the day our business started until now, it's been a handful of incidents. Even though on YouTube and on social media it probably looks like it's been a lot more, a lot of the stuff we post on social media and YouTube is other people's content.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
That's kind of what the whole story of this, the whole theme of this lawsuit is. Don't believe everything you see on TV or the internet. Listen, overall, we as a company, we do not endorse deleting vehicles. We do not endorse black smoke. We do not endorse driving around town, just hot rodding it and filling the streets with pollution. We're about clean diesel. We're about efficiency. We're about technology, progress, and advancing the diesel industry as a whole. So whatever you may have seen us do in the past, it's not who we are now.